very warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining us here at the Stade de l'Amitié in Cotonou in Benin. It's Côte d'Ivoire up against Malawi. The Elephants up against the Flames for this FIFA World Cup qualifying clash for Qatar 2022. And a lot at stake, I must admit, in this Group D encounter, as we have a few fans that have been allowed to come into the stadium. Having been asked permission by the Côte d'Ivoire Football Federation. The state of play regarding Group D. Well, Cameroon have just managed to sneak home a winner through Ngaji in the 68th minute away to Mozambique, which has pushed them a little bit further ahead of the Elephants. So the Indomitable Lions just there with 9 points, having played a game more than Côte d'Ivoire, but that means that Côte d'Ivoire, if they win, they just leapfrog the hosts of the African Cup of Nations next January and move back into the top spot, which is where they were coming into this fourth round of matches. So up against Malawi, they have home advantage, but it's not really home advantage, obviously, because this match is taking place in Benin, in Cotonou. And if you want to get your geographical positioning sorted, well, it's the economic capital of Benin, 2.4 million people, southeast of the country, between the Atlantic Ocean and Lake Nkoe. And it's on a coastal strip between the two stretches of water, cut into by a large canal. You've got the lagoon of Cotonou, and the Oweme River spills into the Atlantic. Neighboring countries, you've got Nigeria, Niger, Burkina Faso, and Togo. So here in Cotonou, not too far away from the Côte d'Ivoire, of course, and it's being played here because the stadium in Abidjan, Félix Houphouët-Boigny, the pitch is not deemed to be fit to host a World Cup qualification match, the stadium in fact, and the brand new Stade Ibempe, which is not quite ready. Again, the pitch not up to the right level to allow this match to take place. The stadium is absolutely incredible, by the way. It's a 60,000 seater with and it was cost them $103 million to build, and in fact it's one of the stadiums going to be the centerpiece for the Côte d'Ivoire when the West African nation hosts the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. So they want to get that ready. They want to get that sorted so that we can have a wonderful African football festival in a couple of years' time. Before then, of course, we are heading to Cameroon for the Africa Cup of Nations, and another country in this group which will see some smiles and some laughter and some tears at the end of match day 6 in this group, because two of the heavyweights in Africa are battling it out for that top place. The formation or the structure of this qualifying campaign, we saw an initial qualifying group phase that took place that eliminated the lower ranked teams. So some of those nations managed to qualify out of the 54 nations in the continent, and they joined up with the higher ranked nations in the group stages. This is where we are. We've got 40 countries that are battling it out for the top 10 places in each of the 10 groups. So we're still at a very interesting stage of the qualifying campaign, and we will see sooner or later which teams are actually throwing their hats in the ring in terms of qualification. We're in a pretty good place already to understand a little bit more about that, and just to give you a pretty good idea, I can just fill you in with some of the details. Algeria top of the table with Burkina Faso before they play their next round of clashes. And they will be taking place tonight. Burkina Faso up against Djibouti, Niger against Algeria. And we'll get a good idea of how the reigning African champions will get on and whether they'll push ahead and it'll go to the wire as they take on the Stallions of Burkina Faso. In Group B, Tunisia, they've got 3 wins, 1 draw. They've got a 3-point lead over Equatorial Guinea, who are looking pretty good in Group B. Top of the group, 3 wins from three wins and 1 loss. Nigeria, 2 points ahead of Cape Verde. And then in D, we're of course here with Cameroon just leapfrogging Ivory Coast with that win over Mozambique. The flags are coming out onto this pitch here in Cotonou at the Stade de l'Amitié, which has hosted the Confederations Cup final, in fact, earlier this year. One of the two major competitions here on African soil. And into Group E, Mali they've got 10 points just ahead of Uganda. There's a nice little battle taking place there. And it'll be a two-horse race there between the Cranes and Mali going into match day 5 in Group F. They haven't played their 4th matches just yet, but Egypt and Libya are the two nations who are jostling for the top place there. It's 7 points for Egypt, 6 for Libya. And then South Africa just a point ahead of Ghana in Group G before they play their next round of matches. Zimbabwe, Ghana, South Africa, Ethiopia tomorrow. And in Group H, Senegal, 3 wins out of 3. Also in action today, 5 points ahead of Namibia, looking very, very solid there. And they will travel away to Namibia for tomorrow's clash with Congo at home to Togo. Morocco, 3 out of 3 in their group, Group I. That's 9 points in the bag ahead of Guinea-Bissau. Lost a bit of ground. Guinea back down there in 3rd position ahead of Sudan. And into Group J, it's Tanzania and Benin, who are level on 7 points so far. That's pretty much the scenario here in these qualifying groups, as we see the two nations, the two teams coming out onto the pitch. Côte d'Ivoire, those very familiar colours that we love to see, of course, the orange and green, the elephants coming out onto the pitch with the officials. And Malawi looking to upset the party. There's Gervinho, what a wonderful player he is, playing his football in Turkey, having returned from China, 87 caps. Playing for the Elephants, and well, we're just thrilled to see him out playing the first 2 qualifying clashes. Malawi can rekindle their campaign or reignite their campaign if they like with a win here today to move above. Just below Ivory Coast on 6 points. But a win for Ivory Coast will move them, Côte d'Ivoire will move them above Cameroon. Let's take a moment to listen to the two national anthems.
Mesdames et messieurs, l'hymne national du Malawi. À présent, voici l'hymne national de la Côte d'Ivoire, la Bicanaise.
There's a big following of, there's quite a large population of Ivorian fans and people in Benin, in fact, in Cotonou. So that's the reason why we've got a few of the fans who are here today. But we're looking forward to a clash here. It's going to be very interesting. And temperatures around about 28 degrees, a little bit of a breeze. So warm conditions here, but a fantastic battle that will take place. And we're really looking forward to this. Let's hope that we get some excitement on this artificial surface here at the Stade de l'Amitié. They've brought the big guns here, Côte d'Ivoire. If you actually look at this squad, it is world class. To say the least. Patrice Baumel, the Frenchman, in charge with Gervinho and Wilfried Zaha leading from the front. You've got Pep, Seri, Kessie, Sangare, Serge Aurier, the captain, with Eric Bailly of Manchester United, Willy Bolly and Wilfred Cannon now playing his football in Qatar, and Sylvain Gubuhu, the goalkeeper, who's playing in Ethiopia for Wolkite City. Bernard Camille is the coach, the referee from the Seychelles with his compatriots, and there is Serge Aurier with the captain out there today, who's wearing the number 17 on the back of his jersey. John Banda plays his football in Mozambique for União Desportivo, born in Nampala. Let's have a look at this squad then. Lots of changes over the course of the 4 matches that they've played, with Brighton Muntali as the man who's starting in goal. Sanud keeps his place. Cholopi, Chambezi and Charles Petro plays his football for Sheriff, who came up against Real Madrid recently and managed to beat the Mandinga, Chewa and John Banda, with Mahango Mayaba of Polokwane and the big bullets. Centre forward Chimwemwe, who will be looking to try and score some goals out here today. Quite an overcast-ish kind of sky that we've got here, but as I said, temperatures high and conditions good for this very important Group D encounter. Here we go then with the Malawi Flames getting the ball rolling here in Benin at the Stade de l'Amitié as they go in search of their second victory, looking to try and build on that one victory that they managed to pick up, which was a fine result against Mozambique, played at the Orlando Stadium in Johannesburg. And a goal scored by Mbulu that in the 10th minute. That was the match day 2 in this group. Madinga working well, but the free kick goes against Malawi, and it's a free kick for the Côte d'Ivoire. The reverse fixture was a dominant performance from the Côte d'Ivoire, and the 3-time FIFA World Cup participants from 2006, 2010 and 2014, just showing what they're capable of doing. And they got some of their players back into the squad who weren't released, or they weren't allowed to travel initially because of COVID restrictions, travel restrictions for those players who are based in the United Kingdom. Finally, Baumel has got everybody that he needs, including Gervinho, who was missed the first opening clash against Mozambique. That's a long ball going upfield, a great opportunity. It's in the back of the net. Look at that, 2 minutes in, and the Côte d'Ivoire have found an early goal. That's absolutely brilliant for Patrice Baumel, and finally slotted in by Pep, and the Arsenal man taking advantage of what was a serious blunder at the back from the defender. And it was an easy finish there for the Arsenal man, his 6th goal scoring for the Côte d'Ivoire. Well, we'll take a look at this again, and I'm afraid that is just that's an awful attempt at a clearance from Peter Cholopi, and the mighty Wanderers man just unable to clear the ball. And any one of these Ivorian players will pounce and find the back of the net. There's your goal. It comes after just 2 minutes, and that has obviously put the Côte d'Ivoire in a very good place, because with that goal, they provisionally move above Cameroon. They're arch rivals, if you like, in Group D, although they all get on extremely well. There's a lot of interior battles taking place in Africa, but across borders, etc. And there's some really interesting rivalry that takes place between the Côte d'Ivoire and Cameroon as well, amongst other nations. It really is very intricate and very entertaining. So much at stake. We saw that with that win for Uganda against Rwanda, their neighbours yesterday, in their World Cup qualifier that went down extremely well with all of the Ugandan Cranes fans. But obviously a big blow for Rwanda, losing both of their clashes. There's a free kick that's going to be awarded as Jean-Michel Seri goes down. A former Nice midfielder, former Fulham player, and it's a yellow card that's been distributed there for Chiwa. And the midfielder, look at the right leg, he just nicks the ankle there, and that was just a little bit foolish really from the midfielder, from the Kamuza Barracks player, picking up a yellow card just like that for a silly incident in the early opening moments of the game. It just puts a little bit of pressure on him and his coach, because you don't really want to lose one of your players out there. Mike Mwaze knows the score. The 49-year-old coach will have understood that these little gestures, well, they can come back and slap you in the face if you make them early on in the game. Second yellow, of course, would mean that they would be down to 10. Ball's been cut out as they move forward. Malawi, this is a good opportunity for a one-on-one situation. Mayaba can't get his shot in. Two players running back, of course, including Willy Bolly, who's a 6'5" giant defender who will just put his body in the way, and his legs are just so long that hardly anything gets past. Ball goes back to Seri, using his goalkeeper, picked up by Gervinho in the midfield. This is what we like to see, very calmly. Tries to stroke the ball over to the left-hand side, but maybe a little bit too passive on that occasion. Long ball at field by Brighton Muntali, but straight back to Sylvain Guboho. We loved watching him when he was playing for TP Mazembe. Just absolutely outstanding. And the two Puissant Mazembe, of course, playing down there in Lubumbashi, down in southeastern Democratic Republic of Congo, really ruling the continent in the African Champions League with Trésor Mputu and all of those wonderful players that they've actually got within that team. And he was part of it. Now he's moved on, based in Ethiopia, and providing us with some of his extraordinary goalkeeping skills. He's only 32. He's still got plenty of playing time left before he hangs up his boots or puts away his gloves, or however way you want to call it. Just crept over the line. The linesman claims that it didn't say anything. Oh, there's another little mistake. They're not marking Gervinho, and he nearly pulled the ball behind him and produced something special. It's Patrice Baumel, and the 43-year-old from Arles, former coach with Zambia, 2013-2014, before he joined the Côte d'Ivoire in 2020. And I think that we recognize him from when he was working alongside a certain coach called Renard, of course, who we know extremely well, because Hervé Renard was, well, he's deemed as an absolute hero for numerous reasons, but just guiding some countries to success in the Africa Cup of Nations. He's got the Midas touch, he really has. Hervé Renard, the Frenchman, is now 53 years of age, and he's coaching Saudi Arabia, in fact. But what he did with the Côte d'Ivoire back in 2015 in Equatorial Guinea, just ushering them to victory in the Africa Cup of Nations, which went down extremely well, because it had been a few years since they managed to win their last Africa Cup of Nations, and I'm talking a long time, 1992 before that in Ethiopia. So it was a long wait of 23 years, having finished twice as runners-up. Of course, I remember in Egypt, at the main stadium, of course, in the capital, Cairo International Stadium, where they just lost in that final, and to Egypt, the hosts, who celebrated in a big way, but it was disappointing. Didier Drogba, of course, one of the key players in that team at the time. It went to penalties, and Drogba missed his penalty. Yeah, goalless after normal time, and then it went to penalty shootout, 4-2 the final score. The celebrations in Cairo were just electric. They really were. That was a few years ago now, 2015 in Equatorial Guinea. Same scenario, but without Egypt in the final. It was fantastic, as we see Gervinho trying to wander away from the defence, but the flag has gone up. It was Ghana who lost out. The Ayew brothers, of course, Mensah and Aful, all of those fantastic, talented individuals, just losing to the Côte d'Ivoire. And what a penalty shootout it was at the Estadio de Bata, in front of a good 35,000 crowd. Infringement picked up there, and we're in the 10th minute. Could have really gone either way. It's going to be a free kick for Côte d'Ivoire. Quite clumsy with the challenge going in. It was Hengo, the Orlando Pirates. And that team, the Toure brothers with Kalou as well. Serge Aurier was part of that team. Bailly, Cannon, all of these players who are on the pitch here at the moment. And Wilfried Bony, of course, was there at the time as well, part of that winning team. And the goalkeeper, who was the absolute legend in that Côte d'Ivoire team, was Boubacar Barry, of course, who picked up, what, 80-odd caps playing for the Elephants. Brilliant team, brilliant victory. Celebrations went down an absolute treat. They're looking to try and do that once again next year in Cameroon. But first of all, it's all about qualifying for and getting themselves out of this group, as they concede a free kick. With Seri on loan at Bordeaux and Ligue 1 at the moment. Faltering team recently, but just coming back and starting to provide us with, though, some good results. That's still a pretty complicated scenario, just losing 3-0 to Monaco, their last outing, and still down in the 16th position. It's 1-0 for the Côte d'Ivoire, and a second-minute goal scored by the Arsenal man, the Arsenal midfielder, Nicolas Pep, offering the Côte d'Ivoire an advantage in the early stages of this Group D battle. Look at that, that is sumptuous play, and the foul has been given. And just look at the way that he goes on a bit of a wander. Wilfried Zaha's an absolute treat. And he nearly manages to slink his way between those two Malawi players. Here they go again. The ball comes out. Here is it's a good little touch there, but it's gone back, and it's the defender who actually tidies the ball up a little bit at the back. Chambezi under a lot of pressure, with Frank Kessie working his magic in the penalty area. Picked up once again. This time it's Serge Aurier. Here's Wilfried Zaha. Going down the right-hand side, Sangare working their magic. It's been teed up. The flag has stayed down. I think it actually was raised, but in any case, I think we know exactly what these guys are capable of doing, and on that occasion, I think it was quite sneaky the way that they were teasing the defence. Flag actually stayed down there for Pep, who And a chance for Malawi up the other ends, and that was a good opportunity. He's getting himself in a very dangerous position, Mayaba, and the Polokwane man, who's looking to try and build on the 2 goals that he's scored already in 15 matches played, puts himself in a good position. If ever he can get a shot in and gets himself away from Willy Bolly, I think that, you know, that's already a major victory. Afterwards, if it beats Sylvain Guboho, then I think that that's it's a double success, isn't it? He's such a big guy, such a big player, as you can see. 6'5", tallest player on the pitch out here today here in Benin. And a free kick for Malawi, watched on by Patrice Baumel. Meke Mwaze would love to see his team get an equaliser here and just to get the Flames in a good position. They've qualified for 3 Africa Cup of Nations, Malawi, in the past, 84, 2010, and they will be going to Cameroon next January, which is a great success because it's been 11 years since the Flames managed to do that. So that's already a brilliant achievement for the team, for the country that's managed to lift the CACAFA Cup on 3 occasions. It's a bit dated now, but the last time in 1988, otherwise 79 and 78. Firm challenge to bring down the Arsenal man. Paid a club record fee of 79 million euros to bring Pep to North London. Came from Lille in Ligue 1. The work at the back, not too bad. They need to keep their eye on the ball and not make the mistakes because they've just given a free goal to Nicolas Pep. And, well, you just can't allow that to happen, not as early as the 2nd minute, especially when you go into a clash fired up and ready to set alight the Stade l'Amitié Stadium with a good performance against one of the top teams in the group, and hopefully put lots of pressure on the 2 teams who are bossing Group D in Côte d'Ivoire and Cameroon. It's just a major setback, isn't it? And psychologically, it just basically puts you, well, behind your opponents right from the very start. That's a through ball that was met quite comfortably. Gervinho unable to latch onto that. He's got this wonderful way of just ghosting his way between defenders. It's all about the footwork. The acceleration, well, it's stop-start. He's not the fastest player on the pitch, but he's so difficult to read, isn't he? And he's still very much got it. And at 34 years of age, playing his football in Trabzonspor, the Anyama-born forward, capable of producing some just marvellous football, to be perfectly honest with you. Foul committed by Chimwemwe. Free kick it is. Taken by Frank Kessie. Still based in Milan in northern Italy. It's his 50th cap for Côte d'Ivoire today. And for Eric Bailly at the back, the Manchester United central defender. 40th cap for him, for the player from Banjeville. Things slow down marginally here at the moment, but what about that victory just a few days ago? It was on Friday. It was a 3-0 victory. Not a great performance in their first outing against Mozambique for the Côte d'Ivoire. They're missing a few players, but that's not an excuse. But the last match that they played against this Malawi team, Well, it was they weren't playing collectively for the first 30 minutes. Just a Max Gradel shot, just in the within the first 30 minutes, which went way high away from the target, and an earlier shot for Malawi, but Gradel punished Malawi's defence in the 36th minute, and Frank Kessie tried to add another one on just before half-time, just missing the target. Malawi had 2 good scoring opportunities just at the start of the second half as well, but had to wait until the final 15 minutes before they started to lay on the pressure. They felt a lot more comfortable at that point, sitting on that 1-0 lead, and the best chance bar the goal that they managed to score in the 73rd minute. Serge Aurier, good save from the goalkeeper, and then Kessie had his shot come fly off the post. Finally, Sangare and Boga scored 2 goals in the 85th minute and the 95th minute to make it a 3-0. Just a comfortable win at the end, but there were some moments where they just doubted themselves, didn't look as comfortable as we would expect them to be. And the Côte d'Ivoire, when they do play football, they can play some marvellous football, but they just need to be sharp and awake all the time. Unlike this moment here, great opportunity for a shot, they've got the goal! Malawi have scored an equaliser, and that was absolutely outstanding. How about that? It's the Polokwane hitman Miyaba with his 3rd goal in 15 games playing here for Malawi, and that has upset the apple cart in a big way. It's now 1-1 between Côte d'Ivoire and Malawi here at the Stade de l'Amitié. We'll have a look at the replay here, and again, it was just Serge Aurier trying to go on a wander between the Malawi players, gives the ball to that man Mayaba, and how about that? He unleashes a beautiful strike with his left foot into the corner to beat Sylvain Gaboho. 1-1, and he definitely deserves to find the back of the net. Beautifully struck low into the corner. It's an ideal way to test the goalkeeper, and there it is. The Malawi Flames set alight this Stade de l'Amitié in Cotonou. Côte d'Ivoire 1, Malawi 1. 20 minutes in, and there it is, the goal that's been scored. Côte d'Ivoire pushing forward. Of course, they're going to try and hit back as quickly as possible. This is imperative that they react and just not lose their focus. Côte d'Ivoire, ball comes out to the right-hand side. Here is Serge Aurier into the penalty box, met by Chambezi. Pushing forward, he's dangerous, isn't he, Mayaba? And there he is, looking, waiting for the ball once again. It's been picked up on the left-hand side by Chiwa. Chiwa's going on a bit of a wander. Anybody there to help him? Can he get the ball across? No, there are too many elephants there at the back, and they are just preventing him from going on and doing anything more than unleash another shot and test that goalkeeper, Gabuhu. Picked up in the midfield. Taking the ball forward. Great opportunity here for Côte d'Ivoire. It's been threaded through to Gervinho. Gervinho shot. Well, it's flicked onto the crossbar. That was sensational, but the flag has gone up. But Gervinho just once again showing us what he's capable of doing. Let's have a look, just a little bit too quick off the mark, just getting behind the last defender, Chambezi. Just look at that save, brilliant save there from Brighton Muntali. Chiwa down on the ground. Well, the fans that are here, well, they are just enjoying this. Especially the ones who are getting behind the elephants. As I said, quite a large population of Ivorians here in this in the economic capital of Benin. And not good news just seeing Chiwa go off. He's key midfielder for this Malawi team. And that's the perfect response, isn't it, for this man here, Meke Moaze. He's the 49-year-old former defender, played for Jomo Cosmos. And the big bullets as well. Took over as the caretaker coach in April 2019. Permanent job in July 2019. Happy with what he's doing. Qualifying for the Africa Cup of Nations is one fine achievement. And that's one of the reasons why they just have faith in him. Which makes complete and utter sense. Before that win over Mozambique on the 7th of September. Well, they hadn't won since the 29th of March. Africa Cup of Nations clash in Lilongwe against Uganda. Before that, they beat South Sudan, another AFCON qualifying match. It was 1-0 away in Omdurman, which is never easy to beat, to play Sudan or South Sudan in Omdurman. Jovino working well to retrieve the ball. It's been picked up at the back by Seri. And over to the left-hand side with Bolly getting involved. Nicely done by Kessie. Eric by a little bit too hard there for Cannon to pick the ball up. Sanad, the Mighty Wanderers. 26-year-old right back. He's called up and a reliable right back for Moaze. Guaranteed his place if he's fit. And enjoying his 55th match in the red jersey of the Malawi Flames. Well tidied up by Kessie, getting the ball out to Serge Aurier. Former PSG man, spent a successful stint playing at Tottenham Hotspur as well. Kessie picking the ball up, needs a little bit of support. He finds it through Pep down the right-hand side. Back over to Willy Bolly. Cannon goes looking for it down in the corner. Been very busy, isn't he, in the midfield there, Kessie. Just a little infringement there. It's going to be a free kick and a good chance for the big man to move into position and see what kind of a delivery they'll get from the set piece. There you go, just a little push. Hands were up. Referee not happy with that. Pep and Seri standing on it, but just look at the big men. Watch out for Willy Bolly. As I said, he towers over pretty much everybody. We've got a couple of big guys in this Malawi team, but he's enormous. Here's the delivery from Pep into the penalty area. Anybody on the end of it? Well, there is, but it's a Malawi player with Cholopi. Serge Aurier. Nice touch. And watch out for the front man, Miyaba. Good overlap with Sanoud getting involved. And a decent header back to his goalkeeper in the midfield. Passing the ball around comfortably and working their magic. Well, they've given the ball away. It's a great chance. Oh, that was a pass that didn't find the feet of his partner in crime, Chimwemwe, but Miyaba again giving us a little taste of what he's capable of doing. And at the moment, he's making things a little bit complicated for this Ivorian defence. Long ball upfield. And the clearance made with Pep, just putting a bit of pressure on the man at the back. Charles Petro. Back to the goalkeeper, Mutali. Côte d'Ivoire unbeaten in 9 games. Gervinho, here goes Gervinho, going into the penalty area. Runs out of options. That's a good ball if he goes to pick that up. It's been set up, great opportunity. The ball's latched, just chipped over into the edge of the 6-yard box, but he unable to do anything with that. The idea was very good, to be perfectly honest with you. And when you see Frank Kessie just moving into that dangerous little pocket of space, you know that there's something that could potentially happen. Too many defenders back in position on that occasion there. Well, we've got an early change for Malawi, and I don't think that is it Chua who's not feeling 100%. So it looks like he's going to be replaced by Yamakani, Chester Yamakani. It's Mahango, in fact, the Orlando Pirates player who's actually gone off, and there it is. Chester comes on. The 26-year-old hasn't got a club at the moment, but he was with Las Vegas and the USC Lights. Before the Azam Tigers, played in North Carolina, played in the Czech Republic as well. Bit of a journeyman. Ooh. Long ball up to try and pick out Miyaba. Cut out comfortably by Eric Bailly. Serge Aurier calling for the ball. Frank Kessie, it's not the ideal pass as Aurier goes again. He loses the ball just like he did to give that goal that opportunity to Miyaba. This time they're not quick enough to react. Jean-Michel Seri, Bordeaux Loney, unable to intercept. Aurier back to his goalkeeper. Top teams in Malawi. when the season came to an end in 2020-2021 is the Big Bullets who managed to lift the trophy just ahead of the Silver Strikers by a single point. And then just behind it was the B Forward Wanderers in the Malawi Premier League. You will find that numerous players in Malawi, if they travel abroad, they often go to South Africa. The likes of Mahango at the Orlando Pirates and Mayaba at Polokwane, former Silver Strikers player as well. And then Gerald Firi and Mbulu, these two players playing for Baroka, DStv Premiership. "11 minutes to go in the first half, and as you can see, we've got goals, one goal each. A 2-minute goal after a defensive blunder from Chambezi that enabled Nicolas Pep to score that goal in the 2nd minute, slotting the ball past Brighton Muntali, the Silver Strikers goalkeeper. And then is Gervinho. And then Serge Aurier, the captain of the Côte d'Ivoire, trying to weave between 3 players, loses possession to centre forward Mayaba, who puts it on his left foot and strokes it into the corner. And there was an interesting video that was put on social media by the president of the Football Association of Malawi, Walter Nyamalandu, and he was making a very stirring talk to the players, saying just get one goal, he was saying. And there's a free kick here with Aurier down on the ground, and the Côte d'Ivoire in a good shooting position. Bring over their dead ball specialist, one of numerous that they have in this squad. Gervinho could be one of them. Down the right-hand side, who are they going to... He might have, yeah, I thought as much, Nicolas Pep. He's going to try and use that wonderful left foot of his, watched on by Patrice Baumel. Following in the fashion style of Hervé Renard with the fine tan and white shirt, looking very slick on the sidelines. Here is Pep. Pep with the left foot, tries to get his shot in. It's going high and away from the target. They have been warned. Free kick for Malawi. Plenty of movement from Malawi as they go in search of another goal, and that would rattle the Côte d'Ivoire in a big way. And they're not being bullied out here today by the West African giants. And that's a lovely little touch, a great opportunity. Can they go for another goal? That through ball is not too bad. Oh, there's a mistake there. And he can get a shot in. Oh, it's headed just in front of the line. And the clearance was made, but a real mess there in the penalty box. And they nearly managed to steal a goal there after some defensive frailties. Let off the hook in a big time, major scare. Good work from Mayaba. That through ball there, I thought, well, what about the communication between Sylvain Gaboho and his defender, Serge Aurier's captain, not even a defender. And that really was shambolic. Corner for Malawi. You've just got to look at the way that they're knitting together, how they communicate together. It's not perfect, is it? High ball over the top, and there's the header. It's a downward header, but it's a safe header. That really didn't concern Gabuhu. Well, the question is, have they got too many fantastic star players in this squad that it's getting in the way of their performances? I don't think so. It's not really that. I just think that you know, they just need to communicate and, you know, forget about this. This is not about egos. It's about being proud to wear your national jersey and get out there and play some football. You've got to communicate. You've got to be able to read and understand each other and not try and do things by yourself. There are great individuals in this Ivorian team, but you don't win matches by being playing individual performances throughout the 90 minutes. You have to communicate, you have to work well. That was an issue, that was a problem. Why on earth Sylvain Gabohu didn't call for that, or if he did, why did Serge Aurier make contact with it? If the goalkeeper's 100% sure that he can get to it, then you just allow him to follow his call. If he didn't believe that Sylvain Gabohu was going to get to it, that's a different situation altogether. They need to have a little bit of a chat at half-time, and they'll get that conversation in a few minutes' time. But it's really good work, and he gets hauled down there, doesn't he, Mayaba? And to be honest with you, Kuda Mayaba, a real handful up front. And playing some really good football. The way that he holds the ball up, the acceleration that he has, and the close body control puts him in a very good position. He can handle those big guys at the back. Talked about the size of Willy Bolly. He's not just big, but he's also a skillful centre-back. Eric Bailly, well, he's awful to play against. And that's a shot, free kick. Ball into the penalty box, I don't know. In any case, it comes to nothing. John Banda. It's 1-1 here. Côte d'Ivoire's Nicolas Pepe scoring in the 2nd minute. Cancelled out by the front man, Mayaba. Tidied up, that's well played in the middle. He's been set up once again if he can get there first, but Sylvain Gaboho comes out, calls for it, goes for it, clears it. Strong defensive play at the back to get rid of the ball. Malawi just playing some good football. On that occasion, just couldn't control and keep hold of it. Gervinho. Link up. Comes to nothing as Muntali. Oh, the communication, they nearly clashed with each other. That's what I'm talking about. Sergio and Eric Bailly this time. Good work from Seri, good ball that was. And Sangare unable to thread it through to his teammate. Look at that. Is that a corner, I think? Smashing the ball out. Definitely not a pass back to his goalkeeper. Here's the resulting corner from Seri, a couple of minutes before the half-time whistle. Flies high. Kessie picks the ball up. Tries to get his cross in, second attempt. Doesn't connect with it very well. Good work from Sangare. Sangare just knocked off the ball, but the referee, Mr. Hanakami, offering the Elephants a free kick and a chance to try and score their second goal. The first challenge was good, but then the follow-up, a bit feisty, coming in from Madinga, player who's based in Georgia. Lofted into the penalty box again. There's just no one going through for that. Sangare couldn't get away from his man. It's sent upfield, and well, it's always going to go straight to Mayaba. He's actually quite happy being the lone striker up front, just putting a bit of pressure on the back two. If he can control the ball, then afterwards, very dangerous. Gervinho trying to latch onto that through ball, picked up comfortably by Brighton Muntali. Côte d'Ivoire in the same group as Algeria, Sierra Leone, Equatorial Guinea in Group B in the Africa Cup of Nations next January. Flag goes up. And the final clash for them in Group E is Ivory Coast, Algeria at the Japoma Stadium, that wonderful stadium. That is just been built. 50,000 capacity in Douala. Malawi in the same group as Senegal, finalists in Egypt in 2019. Côte d'Ivoire looking to try and get themselves as Gervinho tees the ball up. There's the shot that comes in. It's surely going to find the back of the net. No, he can't do anything with that. Kessie, and a follow-up from Sangare, unable to get that shot in either. Well, a little bit unlucky. Bobbled down towards the byline. But they do win a corner. And this will be the last play of the half here in Benin. Mikel Seri sending the ball in, bringing it around. Is there anybody on the ends of it? Well, he was on the end of it, but I couldn't do anything with that, I'm afraid. Eric Bailly, and there's the half-time whistle here at the Stade de l'Amitié in Cotonou, Benin. And after 45 minutes played here in this Group D encounter, the FIFA World Cup qualifying match for Qatar 2022, it's Côte d'Ivoire 1, Malawi 1. We're going to take a small break before we come back for the second half. I think we're going to get more goals. It's quite exciting to see the Malawi Flames putting pressure on the Côte d'Ivoire, all to play for on both sides of the pitch. All credit to Malawi. Côte d'Ivoire looking to try and think on how they're going to deal with the next 45 minutes. We'll see you in a few minutes' time. Don't go away.
mpira.
10 seconds. 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 10 secon
Welcome back to the Stade de l'Amitié in Cotonou, Benin. It's a FIFA World Cup qualifying clash, and you can see the Ivorians just communicating, talking, not looking too confident, having spent the last 45 minutes coming up against a very spirited Malawi national team in this Group D qualifier for Qatar 2022. They managed to get an early goal. It was a freebie, if you like. They were literally handed the chance to fire a goal in past the goalkeeper, Brighton Muntali. And Nicolas Pepe scoring the goal there to score his 6th goal for his national team. But Malawi hitting back through this man here. And what a wonderful player he is. Kura Mayaba, who's the forward who plays his football in South Africa for Polokwane, really rifling in a wonderful left-footed strike after dispossessing the Côte d'Ivoire captain, Serge Aurier, and that leaves them all level going into the second half. Apart from that, well, you've got to give credit to Malawi for what they've done. They got hurt, damaged, and they were left disgruntled after losing 3-0 in the reverse fixture just a few days ago, on Friday, in fact. Now is the time for them to try and get back on track. They got 3 points from a win over Mozambique, so give them another win. They got 6 points, and 6 more points up for grabs. Who knows what's possible in the final third, the last 2 clashes from Group D. Serge Aurier, who made that mistake, has gone off, and it's Habib Maiga who's come on to replace him. So that's an important change. Here we go then for the second half here in Cotonou, Benin. A neutral ground because the stadium and the pitches aren't good enough, according to the FIFA officials who had gone and inspected the stadium, Stadii down in the Côte d'Ivoire, finding out that obviously it was quite important for them to play their home games, but well, they just had to come and play here in Cotonou. So you can see there's a few fans, but there aren't too many, and that's makes it quite complicated, of course, because a home advantage down in Abidjan would be a completely different cup of tea altogether. There's the substitute Chester, who came on in the first half, replacing Mahango, the Orlando Pirates player, who didn't really look like he was 100%, but coming on and just slotting straight into that position, the 26-year-old winger. Trevino pushing the ball forward. He's on his own. He's pushed the ball a little bit too far, but he's still going somehow. That's what he does best. He's so talented in that department. The ball comes out to the right-hand side. Here's Pepe with a chance to get the crossover. It's just gone a little bit too far for Wilfred Zaha. Still playing for Crystal Palace. Played for the England under-21 side on a couple of occasions, but 21 matches now for Côte d'Ivoire, scoring a few goals as well. Played for Manchester United as well, and a little spell in South Wales as well for Cardiff City. Sangare. Is Seri. Wide to Cannon. Sangare goes down. Cannon through the middle. That's lovely little 1-2. That's just pushed a little bit too far. Pepe once again showing us his qualities. All deflected and picked up by Muntali at the back. Ball coming out, there's a good chance. Is Malawi picking the ball up, just maybe wasting a little bit too much time. As you can see, the ball coming out wide, and Sanad couldn't even get there in time. But you see those opportunities when they get a little bit of space in the midfield, really have to take advantage and do something with it, because, well, that was just a scoring opportunity. You just don't know how many you'll get when you get when you're just battling for the ball. Things change constantly on a football pitch. Fatigue, the mindset. It's a good ball, but what comes off the back, that's just a little bit unfortunate for Gervinho. Otherwise, he would have been away with that. But Chambezi, another Polokwane player, just like Miyaba. A little bit of luck there. Gervinho, that's lovely. Here is Pepe just trying to work, getting a little bit of space. Look at that shot. It's not too bad, but it's a little bit wide. But it was good work, pushing forward. And gets the impression that he has to go for goal himself a little bit. Gervinho working his magic down the right-hand side. When he wants to play, he can play. And we see it time and time again. But when he's not focused and he's not got his mindset in the right place, Gervinho can just lose his focus. At the moment, we can see that he's... Well, there's a few moments where he's looking pretty good. They've given the ball away once again. This time, Gaboho has to pounce on it, otherwise Miyaba would be there. "32-year-old getting the ball out to the big man at the back, Willy Bolly. Launched high up into enemy territory, and there's nothing much you can do at the back. Sanu just heading the ball away. Kessie picks it up. Cannon to Sangare. Pepe picks the ball up, tries to thread the ball through. And it's been tidied up. They need to work out what they really are, what they really want to do there. Well, that's a very firm challenge coming in from Seri. And knocking down the front man, Miyaba, will be a free kick. Good skills to come back and defend as well. They come and retrieve the ball. That's what you expect from the centre forwards these days. You expect them to be fit. Sliding tackle, just capturing Catching the attention of Mr. Bernard Camille of the Seychelles. Ball goes up and it's been cleared quite swiftly. Pepe's touch, not good enough. That's gone too far. Gervinho picks the ball up from Bolly. Squared into the middle, picked up by Sangare. Gervinho's there, picks the ball up once again. This is nicely done. Gervinho gets the ball out wide. It's been picked up and Kessie can't do anything, runs out of space. Tidied up by Malawi. Free kick it is. The frustration. And the foul. That right arm that just was lifted a little bit too high, getting in the way of Madinga. Picking the ball up in the midfield. An opportunity could arise here as the ball's spread out wide, picked up by Wilfried Zaha. Zaha has some support. He has it with Kessie. And I don't know what that was coming from Kessie, the AC Milan man, trying to send a wild pass through traffic. And here he is again, Mayaba, but the flag's gone up. He just roamed a little bit too far behind the last defender. A wasted opportunity for the Flames. Again, trying to thread the ball through to Chimwemwe. And the big bullets man doesn't see the light of day, doesn't pick up that pass, the through ball. Good work as the ball comes to the right-hand side. Gervinho does well, Chester, to get a not knocking the ball, just getting Gervinho off balance. Picked up by Sangare. This is a cannon, and that will be a corner, I believe. Now a corner for the Côte d'Ivoire. The delivery has gone right over towards the edge of the penalty box. It's been picked up by Chimwemwe, who gets dispossessed quite swiftly. Gervinho picks the ball up straight into the path of Pepe. Lofted over into the penalty box. There's a good chance here. There's a player down, and it's been teed up. The shot comes in and it's blocked, and it's gone out for a corner. Good work. Good perseverance there coming from Willy Bolly, who's moved way up into enemy territory, away from his normal hangout, which is in the penalty box. But maybe just thought, we're going to get a corner from this, so I'm going to come up. Maybe that was what he was thinking about. In any case, the Arsenal goal scorer from the second minute will try and whip one in. There's no one at the far post. Finally, there's someone there. It's a good opportunity, but the flashing header goes wide. Just stepping backwards marginally, but The big man really had a great opportunity to just get himself into position and produce a power header unmarked without any of the Malawi defenders really around him. Told you he's a big guy. Well, he is the biggest chap on the pitch, and that's what will leave him and undefended to a certain extent. That's gone a little bit too far there. The idea was good. Mwaze thinking, trying to work out what he can do, how they can foil the plan and prevent the Elephants from going on a stampede like they did in the first match between these two nations 3 days ago. It's working well so far with just over 22 minutes to play. Patrice Baumel also looking pensive, and the frown on his face obviously suggests that it's not going as planned. A loss today could allow Cameroon making a really big step towards qualification for Qatar 2022. It'll turn their final two games into must-win matches. And of course, there is a certain clash that's going to take place, which will be one that everybody will be watching, I'm pretty sure. Match day 6 sees Cameroon take on the Côte d'Ivoire, and that in itself is a major showdown on African soil. Gervinho with the turn. And there's a chance. It's been pulled out wide. There's just teeing it up. But I don't know what he was doing there, Sangare. The PSV winger trying to just tee it up for himself. Trying to be a little bit too snazzy, I think. And, you know, you just got to play it simple at times. We know what you're capable of doing. We know the qualities that you have. But just play it simple. It's probably going to work better for you. A little bit of space here and an opportunity here. As Zaha gets a little bit of space, but again, they just can't exploit. Ball comes out to the right-hand side. Another chance. Côte d'Ivoire putting it on his left foot is Pepe, and it's gone straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. Under a little bit of pressure there from Zaha, but the goalkeeper's down. And Muntali. And he's just thrown the ball out because, well, he's feeling a little bit of pain there in the stomach. As we reach the hour mark. Ivorian fans based and living in Benin. Here in Cotonou, in the stands watching the national team. Desperate to see more goals, desperate to see the Côte d'Ivoire, that qualified for the 3 World Cups, produce the goals and the extravagant football that we so often see them play. Shot taking a major deflection. That was the moment that the goalkeeper went down. Little muscle issue, should be okay in a moment. Max Gradel could be a player to bring on. Just looking at the opportunities, the possibilities of how they're going to work this, who they're going to bring on. So many opportunities as the players become tired, surely. In the final 15 minutes, we're not there just yet, but you just get the impression that they're putting quite a lot into this game, and we haven't seen everything just yet. Côte d'Ivoire will be very fired up to get themselves a goal and to win this clash. And Malawi equally as keen to get themselves a win. A draw's not good enough. It is an away point, if you like, but it doesn't really help their cause, especially when you see what Cameroon have done and where they are in the group. They've managed to just move themselves into a very solid position, having picked up those 3 points, moved to 9 points. So it's not the end of the world if Côte d'Ivoire pick up a point, because they'll have 8, just one less, but it does mean that they can't control the group. There's a good cross coming in from the right-hand side, and it's taken very well by Brighton Muntali. Slick, fast, simple passes from Côte d'Ivoire, and they'll be able to create more scoring opportunities. Just continue doing what they're doing, and they will, well, get scoring opportunities. Chimwemwe Dana gets the yellow card here. Well, that's the referee said. It's a penalty, isn't it? The Côte d'Ivoire, they got themselves a penalty from that challenge there, and that you can just see that there's frustration coming from the Malawi players. The challenge was just on the byline, but it was inside of the penalty box, and the fans here in Benin are making a lot of noise, and we will get to see exactly what's happening. They claim that it was outside of the penalty box, but you can see Pep. Let's have a look at this challenge again. Well, that was very, very close, very much on the line, wasn't it? The referee's made his mind up. And you can see as Gervinho goes down, and the penalty has been awarded, and we've got a change now. With Gerald Firi, who's come on. And the Côte d'Ivoire with a chance to try and make it 2-1. Frank Kessie of AC Milan up against Brighton Muntali of the Silver Strikers. And a chance for the Côte d'Ivoire to move ahead. Here he is, Frank Kessie with the right foot. Frank Kessie into the corner it goes. The Côte d'Ivoire have taken the lead again. And a fine strike from the spot kick from the AC Milan man on his 50th match playing. That's a great goal, and an important goal that is for the AC Milan midfielder. Keeping an eye on the goalkeeper, Muntali. And even though he goes the right way, it's struck perfectly. Look at it from this angle. That's exactly where you want to put the ball, in the corner, high, away from the outstretched hands of the goalkeeper. 2-1 is the scoreline here at the Stade de l'Amitié in Cotonou, Benin. Côte d'Ivoire scoring from the spot kick after Gervinho gets brought down on the edge of the penalty box, inside or outside, it doesn't matter. Mr. Bernard Camille has given the penalty, and it's been buried as well. Gerard Fiwi coming on. He's the 28-year-old playing in South Africa for Baroka. Played a bit of time for Caps United, and also 3 seasons playing for one of the top teams in South Africa, Bidvest Wits. Champions a few seasons ago. Gervinho out wide, causing problems. Côte d'Ivoire given a fight out here tonight, but they're being made to work for it. That's a great ball to Gervinho, a little bit too far. Slightly overcooked. It will be a goal kick. The wind's starting to whip up a little bit as well. And there's Madinga, the midfielder, who has gone off, and Nyoni comes on to replace him. Long ball up, connected by Willy Bolly. Here they go again, pushing down the right side here, waiting for a little bit of support. Chester's there, decides not to produce the first-time cross, pulls it back, and Malawi just enjoying a little bit of possession with Sanud. A little bit of possession, they've been pushed back. Their defenders very deep. The foul committed by Mayaba on Bolly, spotted by the referee. Work in the midfield continues. Malawi Flames can't afford to make mistakes. It's a little bit scrappy at the back with Sanud just kicking the ball over. It's gone out of play. Patrice Baumel watches on. The ball goes down into the corner and it's been picked up. He's been working his magic, hasn't he? Quite well. Wilfred Zaha over to the other side this time. Gervinho, how has he still got the ball at his feet? Gervinho! Oh, he gets the ball across, but not close enough to Nicolas Pepe. And otherwise, that could have been a wonder goal. How he managed to keep the ball at his feet, I don't know. He's got some kind of magic glue. It's invisible, but it stays there. It doesn't move. And he manages to just wander between defenders as if they weren't there. Remarkable stuff. Here they go. Côte d'Ivoire pushing forward. That'll give them some momentum. Get them to feel positive about their game as they push forward once again. Wilfred Cannon goes down to the left-hand side. Oh, there's a good defensive cover. Clearance from Sanud, the mighty Wanderers man with the outstretched right leg, just making sure that that ball was not going down towards the byline. The Ivorian fans off their feet, all smiles, and in a comfort zone, a zone that they know very well, that they would like to stay in, especially when it comes to mid-November after the final clashes that have been played in Group D, especially that one against Cameroon. The corner from Pepe coming over. It's taken well by Muntali. Rises to the occasion, sends it upfield. Another moment, a little bit of a tussle going on between that big man at the at the front there, Miaba and Eric Bailly this time. His Chester keeps the ball in play, does exceptionally well to keep it on the right side of the paint. And we go back to Champezi, who's got the ball at the back. Need to be calm, collected, and meticulous if they want to break down and find themselves that elusive goal. Well, he was getting in the way of the two Ivorians, but the infringement was spotted by the linesman from the Seychelles. And Gervinho is making way for this man here. A certain Max Gradel. He's an absolute star player, but what Gervinho brings to the game, they absolutely love him. That's 87 matches played for the 34-year-old, and he goes off. They love him to bits in the Côte d'Ivoire. He's a legend, not like Didier Drogba just yet, but he's still going. He's moving in that right direction. There's Max Gradel there, and we've also got another substitute, another player who's come on, and it's Kawame. Christian Kawame, the Fiorentina player. This is a fifth match playing, but of course he's now playing for Anderlecht, and well, he's a player that was brought in by Patrice Baumel. Seri goes off, and Boga comes on. Bringing on the 24-year-old Sassuolo-based player in Italy. A team that have turned heads over the past few seasons in their incredible, emphatic rise up into the Serie A in Italy. Max Gradel showed us the kind of football he's capable of playing in that first clash against Malawi, punishing the Flames' defense with a wonderful score in the 36th minute, before two more goals were scored by Sangare and Boga as well. So the two substitutes coming on as pretty much backup for Baumel, who's, well, they're trying to throw absolutely everything at the Malawi defense now, because he can, and if you can, you will. It's like a different strategy, a different game plan. Look at the tangling up of these two chaps down the right-hand side. Nice, interesting little battle taking place there between Gerard Firi and Frank Kessie. Confirmation of the 2-1 scoreline, and that's a giveaway. They got the ball and they've got a chance here. Mayaba, too many Ivorian defenders up, but it's through ball not good enough, but they're still in possession. There's a bit of a traffic there. They still have the ball. Can he set it up for someone? Someone's got it. Chester's got it. Chester's going to try his hand at scoring, but it gets blocked and he's taken out a player in a big way. They probably need to kick that ball out because he's not doing too well, but Mr. Kami says play on. High ball coming in towards the front man, Miyaba. It's been kicked away quite easily, and it will be time for the referee to address the player who's down. A firmly struck effort that drove straight into the defender. I don't know if it's Bailly. In any case, I think we're all good. No, I think it's Frank Kessie, isn't it? And there's just no need for that. You've just got to get on with it. Maiga picks up the yellow card for Christian Kawame picks up the yellow card there for just his reaction, and not time wasting. I think it was just his reaction in any case. Ball squared across and sent forward there for Cannon. Cannon spent a bit of time playing for Pyramids, a team, an up-and-coming team in Egypt, just outside of Cairo. The Al Salam Stadium, that's where they play. Oh, just throwing himself into the challenge. Pepe working really well. The ball comes out to Max Gradel. Max Gradel, a one-on-one situation. It's favourable, gets the ball back. It's chipped over. It's met there by Chiwa. Has it back at his feet. He is so interesting to watch, isn't he, Max Gradel? Playing in Turkey for Silver Sport, but where he's played, well, he played for Leicester City, Bournemouth, Leeds, and Saint-Etienne, of course. We remember him playing at Saint-Etienne, lighting up Geoffroy Guichard in a big way. Not just in the Rhone Derby and Ligue 1, but you know, right across the Ligue 1 matches. 33 years of age. I think he moved to England when he was 17, and well, just carved out a stunning career in England before deciding to head to Turkey. That's a wonderful piece of play to just get past his man, and here they go, trying to get the ball across into the penalty box, but it's not happening. It's good work from Gerard Firi since he came on. He is providing the Côte d'Ivoire defence with a few headaches. Here is Gradel. Strong challenge. The arms came up. He will pick up a free kick for that, but at the same time, you can see that the flag went up for offside. So Mayaba, let's just have a look. Yeah, he's miles offside. So he is offside, but afterwards, you can see that the referee addressed the arms that were going up by Willy Bolly to try and deal with this man. And to be honest with you, he is more than a handful for the Côte d'Ivoire tonight. Kuda Mayaba, remember his name. He has got a great future ahead of him. Here he is, good control with the left foot. Brings the ball across, but, well, it's a blind pass. And the referee really should allow them to pick the ball up and give it back to the Côte d'Ivoire. If it hits the referee, it doesn't matter. We'll just move on. Max Gradel. Back down to Cannon. Cannon playing in Qatar, so obviously it would be great for him to see his country qualify for next year's World Cup. Played in November and December. It will be something special. Great running, wonderful running, straight through the middle. An opportunity here. The defenders are scrambling. Max Gradel running into trouble there, and finally just bundles into a player and gives away possession. 9 minutes left to play. Côte d'Ivoire with a 2-1 advantage here as Chester goes dancing down that right stretch. The match was meant to play at the Stade de Yamoussoukro, but the inspection wasn't a positive one. So here we are in Benin for this clash, neutral ground at a pitch and a stadium which was chosen by the Ivorian Football Federation. An opportunity here with Gerard Ferry lofting the ball in. Can they get an equaliser? He's on his own! That comes off the post. I don't know what the defenders were doing there. And Nicolas Pepe just watched him just rise up and latch onto that. That should have been in the back of the net. That was an easy header. Chambezi. And look at them, they're just looking around. Well, who should have been there? Who was meant to be there? Sylvain Gabohu. Just can't believe his eyes. I can't believe how stationary they were. No one went for him. Let's see what they do from this set piece now. Ball coming across. This time it's headed away at the front post. Decent header as well. And picked up by Charles Petro. Charles Petro, part of the Tiraspol Sheriff team that managed to beat Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. He was on the bench, didn't come on, but he was part of the team. He'll take that. Put it in one of the magical moments that he'll be telling his grandchildren, I'm sure. Pushed off the ball and will be a free kick. More goals for the Côte d'Ivoire or an equaliser to upset and gate crash the Ivorian party. The match is taking place today in Group A. Burkina Faso 2-0 up against Djibouti with 10 minutes to go. Cameroon beat Mozambique in this group earlier today. And here we have a 2-1 scoreline with 6 minutes to go. Gabon fired 2 goals past Angola earlier today as well, with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang scoring. An own goal from Cainero. Libya up against Egypt tonight. And that will be very entertaining indeed. 5 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. Côte d'Ivoire 2-1 up with 2 goals that have been scored basically at the start of each half. An equaliser scored by Mayaba. That's very well kept in by Pepe. Wonderful play. And here's the delivery. No, he doesn't want to deliver the ball into the penalty box. It's Kouame in a good position. Also got Boga, their goal scorers. Max Gradel at the far post. He's gone a little bit too far. He claps and applauds his teammate for spotting him. At the same time, he knew that if it was overcooked, he would get nowhere near that, which was the scenario. They go again. Max Gradel looking for a little 1-2, just linking up with Kouame. Kouame can't get the ball back. And finally, it's Malawi with Chester just darting up the right-hand side and trying to go on a bit of a wander. As the flag stay down or it goes up? It goes up because he was a fraction too early with his little darting run there. Kuda Mayaba, the danger man. Free kick going against the Côte d'Ivoire. A little bit frustrating for them, but there's 3 minutes left. There's still plenty of time to try and produce something. Well, that was the challenge, just backing up into the defender, the Anderlecht player. Once again, they are fighting for everything, and this is a valiant performance. And there's Chester, he's a little bit unlucky there. He nearly walked away in possession of the ball with his teammate Mayaba in a good position to race away and try and do something. And there they are, the partners in crime. You can see Kessie just getting up off his feet. Mickey Kwasi running out of solutions here. He's not really running out of solutions. He's actually picked the perfect team. They've worked really hard. They haven't managed to get that second goal, but you know, anything is possible. But time is running out. Oh, he's just clattered into and knocked off his feet. Gerard Fury, very physical, gets involved. Very keen, but on that occasion you can see that Kouame knocked to the ground. Free kick for the Côte d'Ivoire. Max Gradel, where's he gonna go? Max Gradel, just a good ball into the penalty area. This is neatly done. Saar trying to find a little bit of space, trying to do what he does best, but it's just not possible. It's Kouame, sorry. And Kouame racing and challenging and pestering the defender. It's tidied up perfectly. And taking a crossover to the other side. Who's going to try and get hold of that? It's gone too far. The idea was good. Maiga was never going to get there in time. Côte d'Ivoire on the cusp of moving back top of the table, back on the top of Group D, ahead of Cameroon if they can hold on. Malawi playing heroically out here, but still desperate to get that goal that would give them a point. High ball over the top. Is there anybody there? Is there anybody going for it? Maiga's there. He does clear the ball, sends it down into enemy territory. Polokwane centre-back Chambezi again. Quite happy to send it up towards Mayaba. The trouble is he's being marked by the colossal centre-back Willy Bolly. They're going on a wander here. And Sangare gets the ball out to the right-hand side. The delivery comes back in. It's been picked up. Max Gradel, he's going to go down to the left-hand side. His shot comes in. Into the side netting it goes. Just moving a little bit too far away from him as he struck it. You can see the contact wasn't perfect. And the way that he just put himself away. There was a slip by the defender, Sanud. And afterwards he repositioned himself, but Max Gradel unable to score his second goal in as many games in the space of 3 days. 3 minutes of added time, as you can see on your screens, and this will finish in just over a minute now. Chester spreads the ball out over to the other side, and a chance. You've got a Chambezi who's moved up into position. Chiwa in the midfield who's gone to collect. It comes back over to the right-hand side. Sanud, Chester again. Being forced backwards rather than forwards. This time Petro drops the ball down into the corner. Well, there's a goal kick. The pressure of Gerard Fury on Bolly results in a goal kick rather than a possession or a corner or anything like that. And Malawi are starting to understand that it's going to be defeat out here today and success for Patrice Baumel, with potentially the last play of this clash. Mickey Moise understands that it's game over, and an important victory here at the Stade de l'Amitié for Côte d'Ivoire here in Cotonou, Benin. A very important match in match day 4. The final score: Côte d'Ivoire 2, Malawi 1. Well, all 3 points in the bag for Patrice Baumel's men, and now they move back to the top of Group D. And but they had to fight for it. It was a lot of hard work out there today against Malawi, who showed great spirit, having lost 3-0 in the previous encounter just 3 days ago on Friday night. But Baumel knows that they're back on track with 2 more matches to play, and 2 very important matches as well, because they will host Mozambique and then they are away to Cameroon. They're their biggest rivals, their main rivals in Group D. But as I said, total credit for the heroics for Malawi. They produced a stirring performance out there, with Mayaba scoring the equaliser. Just couldn't get another equaliser once the penalty went in. Gervinho setting that up for Franck Kessie. And the opening goal scored by Arsenal's Nicolas Pepe, with Mayaba scoring the equaliser for Malawi. The state of affairs in Group D, and it looks a little bit like this, with the Côte d'Ivoire now pushing themselves into a very good position, having taken the 3 points. They go to the top of the table with 10, with 2 more games to play. Cameroon, well, they're going to tussle right until the very end. Back down there in second place. Malawi third on 3 points. Mozambique at the bottom. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.